Hello everybody. So have just been making a few videos today because I felt really inspired, but today for this video let's see what's happening here. I really want to make a video. There might be another video after this, but we'll see. This video is a video on why I think you should travel to India, what I got from the experience, the reasons that I feel like India is such a special place, and the reasons that I didn't want to leave actually. So I have a list just to the side of me on my computer that I've just quickly, to be honest, I thought of this video idea like 10 minutes ago, and I just quickly put down all the little points that I thought were worthy of being in this video. Just before I start, I want to just quickly highlight the fact that India really was a transformational time in my life. Like, I was there for a total of 6 months. I left after 3 months to go to Nepal for 1 day to extend my visa so that I came back the next day and I could stay another 3 months longer. So I really found a lot of magic in India itself. And before starting, I just want to say that India is a big deal. It's not like okay, I'm going to be careful with my words, because people can make what they want to make out of a trip. They can get what they want to get out of the trip. They can go to India and stay in like 5-star hotels and not see one person homeless on the street because they just chose to stay in like another area and avoid that, if that makes sense. But there's so much to India, and it has so much to teach you, and so much reality to like shake into you basically. And I just want to quickly thought that was important to mention, because I don't know how much I could even share with you before I felt satisfied with what I told you. Like, I don't know if there's enough words to explain how I felt about India, because I know that to see and hear about India is one thing, but to be in India and be with India and become one with the culture and the chaos and the incredible life in India is something different. So blah blah blah. But first thing I wrote on my list is that India is special. This is very like shallow, but India is special because it's a very easy place to be able to afford to travel, which is very good, because I think it's a very affordable place, but you get so much from it. Like, you don't have to spend a lot of money to learn a lot about yourself, to learn a lot about the culture, to learn about a lot about life when you go there. So in the concept of money and this kind of situation, India is bloody cheap. You can go there and you can spend like, have a budget of literally $10 a day. Like, I'm not joking. You can have like a $3, $4 hostel, and then you can buy like food throughout the day and spend maybe $5 on food and be completely full and satisfied with everything. For example, they have like in India they have these applications for food delivery, and I remember sitting in the hostel sometimes just like having a relaxed day, and I didn't really want to go out into the market and buy food. So you have these applications. One of them is like Zomato. They have like Uber Eats and things like that. And I remember I bought for me and my friend like 2 servings of rice, a curry, and some chapati, which is like the circle bread. And I think we got like a bottle of juice each or something. And it came to a total of like $5, because there was like a discount code you can use, and it's just so cheap and affordable. For anybody who wants to have a holiday that's going to really blow them out of the water and leave a mark on you in the best way possible, I recommend India. The transport is really cheap as well. Like, you can get from like almost anywhere to anywhere for like less than like $50. I'm not even joking. Like, a bus or a train from the top of India to the bottom of India, it might take you a while, but you'll get there for less than $50. Also the Ubers, you can download Uber. They have Uber Tuk Tuk and Uber Normal and Uber Shared and Uber Motorbike. So for example, at the end of the trip, towards the end of the trip, I figured out that Uber Motorbike was completely fun, and I used it almost everywhere, and it cost me like 20 cents, sometimes 50 cents to get from like 5 kilometers away or 10 kilometers away. And it's such a good little travel hack as well when you're in India, to just use Uber. It's really good. They really pride themselves on their ratings while they're in Uber, and they do try to hold themselves to a professional standard from my experience. So it was really nice. I felt safe and taken care of when I was using Uber in India. The next thing I wrote was that India has many landscapes for a diverse range of people, and no matter what you're looking for when you go to India, I guarantee it that you will probably most likely find it. India has, in the north, it has mountains. Depending on what time of the year you go, you can find snow. The mountains and the landscapes in the north of India are bloody mesmerizing. It's so beautiful, very green, very full of life, full of nature, full of animals. It's so beautiful, and there's just like this humming peacefulness that just you feel flowing through. Well, I speak on behalf of myself, but I've heard a lot of people say the same, but you just feel like harmony is just like flowing through you as you travel through the north of India, anywhere in India, but the north, you know, it's like wide open spaces. It's so beautiful and sacred, these places. So like up north in the mountains are beautiful, Manali and Dharamsala and like Rishikesh. It's very, very beautiful. If you come down towards, like more towards the middle, but not completely the middle, just like down a little bit from the mountains, you have the desert. So if you want to have that complete funky desert experience and in the sand, and they have what's it called? Oh my god, it's called Rajasthan. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. If you travel through Rajasthan, it's beautiful deserts. There's Udaipur, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer. It's the golden city. They have a blue city, the Jodhpur, and pink city, Jaipur, which is a bit more of a happening city. It's not so like desert-y, like it's more built up. Pushkar is really cool. It's got a really nice vibe. But yeah, the desert, you can see the desert, or you can travel down south and see the beach. Oh my god, the beach is so beautiful. A really completely different atmosphere down south. It's like more jungly, whereas like in the north it's not so much jungle, it's more like mountains and different kind of vibe. You'll go and you'll see. So I don't know how to explain it, but it's so frigging cool. The beaches are very beautiful. You can really treat yourself to like a beach hut. I was paying with my friend. I met this girl, very, very beautiful girl, lady, woman, soul, friend. I don't know what you want to call it, how you want to, I don't know, I don't like labeling things, but anyway, so beautiful. I met this really beautiful friend. We stayed together in like a beach hut, literally a stone throw from the beach. We paid like $10, I think it was $10 in total for this private room on the beach, and we had like a private shower and a little, like, it wasn't like fancy, but for me it was, because I'd been used to the hostels and things. So just having a bit of privacy was really, really like special for me. We stayed there over Christmas and it was such a nice vibe. Anyway, so the beaches, and then if you go even more south, it's like complete jungle, and you can go I don't know, you have to go there. The culture in the north and the south is completely different. So India is good because if you want to have like a trip to India that's only short, you can kind of focus on one place at a time. Like if it's the desert or the mountains or the beach or the jungle or the city, it's all completely in contrast of each other. I want to try and go in order. India makes you realize how lucky you really are. It really does shake you about a little bit and make you put things into perspective. Like, you can't walk through India and walk out the same person, and if you do, I don't know what happened, but India works magic on each individual. You see so much. It's such an eye-opener. You realize how much we have that we take for granted, and it makes you just really respect the things in life that we've had forever, that we don't even realize if someone took that away from us, it would leave us feeling kind of like with a hole inside, like just food or like comfort of a home or like a bed. For most people it doesn't even exist in India, like the comfort of like silence, or it's not easy to explain, but it does truly, to put it in simple words, it really does face you very up close and personal. It looks you into the eyes. India looks you into the eyes and tells you you have everything you need. You're so blessed, and I will never complain about little things ever again. No. I saw so much. I saw children in very poor, unfortunate situations, and I felt very helpless and hopeless. But that was India. It made me realize never to take anything for granted, and thank you, India. I already knew this, but it's like a wake-up call, you know? India makes you slow down. It makes you realize how much time is just an illusion, and if you take your time in India, things go much better than if you are rushing and you're not watching what is happening around you. If you slow down, you see many more things. You can make observations about situations that are happening around you and the reality of India. You will see that it's chaotic. It's incredible India. That's what they call it, incredible India. It's chaotic. There is cows, horses, camels, monkeys, dogs, chickens, birds, cats, and everything in between on the road. Humans as well, bicycles, and it's so much happening. It's like a sensory overload. And if you slow down and just kind of accept it and be with it and sit with it and accept that you're part of that like Indian flow at the time, just become one with India. Don't panic and don't stress. Just accept that's how it is, that's where you are, and that's what you are a part of at that moment. There is a lot going on in India. India is a big thing. It's a big deal. So it really makes you slow down and just accept what's happening around you. Don't panic. If you panic, there's no reason to panic. I don't know, but some people think, oh my god, India, like it's so crazy. It is crazy, but that's the beauty. That's the beauty of India. India makes you find peace within yourself. I really believe this, because carrying on from that situation, like India is so chaotic. If you really don't meditate within your mind and just accept everything the way it is, you will go a little bit crazy, because India has the noises, it has the hype of everything, the buzz in the cities. I'm talking about the cities, but also in some places as well. Like, it's a lot to take in. But yeah, there's a lot of things happening in India. Nothing is weird, nothing is like crazy. You will see some very rare, very interesting random things, and you just have to accept it. Okay, there's 10 people on that motorbike, there's a pig in that man's car. Like, nothing is weird. No one cares about what anyone else thinks, and that's kind of awesome as well, because that made me realize, like, just do you, and everyone else is focusing mostly on themselves as well. Like, they're not going to even notice if you make a mistake. So that was like a little life realization that I had as well while I was in India. Like, don't worry about what other people think, because they're too worried about themselves. It's like the reality. Anyway, so yeah, it makes you find peace within yourself and just learn acceptance. It made me really trust my instincts and follow my heart. I know it sounds very cliche, but in India there is times where you will have a lot of these moments where you really don't know if you're being scammed, if you're going in the right direction. If you follow your first truest instincts, no doubt it's probably the correct answer. I don't really know what to give you an example for this one, but like, because obviously you have to barter for clothes and food, not food necessarily, but like things. You have to make sure they're not ripping you off. People are very business minded as well in India. They have very big hearts, but when it comes to money, sometimes they just like forget about that for a second, and they're like, oh, money, but then they still wish and hope for the best for you. Like, they're very kind people. Anyway, just follow your instincts. That speaks for itself, I think, that one. Indian people are so friendly and so helpful, and they will try and help you. If they see a need, they will do something about it. Like, seriously, if they see you looking for your taxi, or if they will come and ask you, like, if you need help, to call the Uber driver and like talk in Hindi to the Uber driver if you can't find your Uber driver. And don't be shy in India. Like, go up to someone, quite a few people speak English actually. Go up to somebody if you need help and just ask them directly the question. They should be able to answer you. Most people are very persistent when they have something, like when they want to help a foreigner. They really want to carry it on until they've completed the task. There were so many times I couldn't find my Uber and I just asked someone, hey, can you just call my Uber and tell him that I'm here? And they called them, I spoke in Hindi, and they made sure I got on that Uber and got like, and it was all safe. So many people want to help. They want to tell you where the direction is. They want to tell you where the best food, local food is. They want to tell you like how to have the best experience in India. They're really proud of their country. Like that's something that's really cool about India as well. Anyway, next thing, the spirit and the culture of India is still very rich, and in comparison to some countries, it's not really like so advanced. So that's something really special. You take a step back in time, maybe 10 steps or 20 steps back in time. Things are very undeveloped as well, but the thing about India is like the way that they're cooking and their hygiene standards and the things like that, it doesn't really exist. Like people working in construction sites with even no shoes and no helmets on the bikes and things like that. It's just like everything goes out the window, and they have gone back in time, which is very interesting to watch. And you will get a culture shock, I guarantee. I feel like everybody does, and sometimes it takes a while to like notice that you're in culture shock, but you get there and you realize, wow, this is a very different place. But it's very nice if you want to have like be blown out of the water and have like a completely unforgettable experience. Then India is going to do that for you. The food is amazing in India. That's another thing on my list. Oh, the food is very, very good. Don't go there and expect to lose weight, I don't think, because a lot of food is fried. I did a lot of street food. I don't want to say this because it's very controversial and a lot of people will probably feel uncomfortable if I say this, but don't freak out about the street food. I have a very good immune system though, so I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody, but try things. Don't live in fear in India. You will experience the best food and things when you try the street food, the local food. Try the local style. Don't just go there with like a tourist, just tourist eyes, you know. You have to kind of step into the shoes of the locals, and I think that's when like the magic happens, and that's when you'll realize how cool India can really be. So yeah, don't live in fear. Try things, and don't focus on the bad things that could happen or potentially happen. Just do everything with love in your heart, and like a child, like try new things. It's so fun, and India has so many things that are like that. Next one, everything is available in India. So like if you want anything at all, you can ask someone and you can find the right person that will give you that deal. Like for example, if you want jewelry, you can get jewelry. If you want herbs and spices, you can get herbs and spices. There's whole markets for random things. They have everything, and a lot of things are produced in India, so the prices are very cheap, very, very cheap, and very good quality. Most things are made with like quality in mind as well. It's really nice. Another thing I wrote was, you realize that time is an illusion and you can detach from the concept of time itself. So in India, this is a very important one, I realized. So nothing happens on time. Everybody always seems like they're rushing somewhere, but nothing ever happens on time. Like you will catch a bus at 8 p.m, for example. That bus won't leave until 9:30 p.m. That bus won't arrive when it's supposed to. It might be 6 hours late. It might not make it. The bus might break down. You might have to move buses. There's things that happen in India. Don't ever expect to be like there on time. If you want to be there on time, I don't know, but just be careful with like what you set in stone, you know what I mean? Like, and what people say to you, it might not happen on that moment. It might be a month later or a day later, or you know, just be careful with the complete reliance that we have in the like Western world and things like that. Because time over there, it's like Another thing I wrote was, you learn how to become one with meditation 24/7. In the street, there's so much chaos. There's literally a lot of dirty things on the floor. There's rubbish. India's not that clean, and it's very sad, but like I said, education for like development and things over there is like not that advanced, but so there's definitely rubbish and litter on the floor and things like that. So you might have to dodge like animals and rubbish and things and noises and sounds and cars and people and traffic, and come market, buy my thing, this is good price for you. But inside, if you attach to those distractions, you will become crazy. If you meditate and just find peace within the noise and silence within yourself, you will master India. You will master India. Nothing is a problem in India. Like, no one really cares about like much. Like, if you feel like your shoes have holes in them and they're really random, or like you've got pink shoes on and like a green hat and you look like a crazy lady, no one really cares. Everything's very simple over there, you know. People live very simply, and that was a very shit example, but anyway, nothing's a problem. Like, if you need something, it can happen. They can make it happen in India. Okay, this is the last two things. The best things in life are free, and the simple things in life are what make you happy. And this is the best way to sum up India. Like, you see this in everything. Like, you see this in the children, the way that people are interacting, the way that people the way that people entertain themselves. Like, it's the simple things in their lives that are the free things that really make them happy. It's like the come together of people, the exchange of food. So finishing that video, but my camera died, so I just popped the different battery in. Anyway, India is a very sacred place. Very sacred place. And in conclusion, you won't go there and walk out the same person. From my experience anyway. I'm speaking about for myself, of course, but India is a very, very beautiful, and I find it difficult and quite challenging, and makes me a little bit uncomfortable having to put it into a video, the reasons that like I enjoyed India, because India was like a huge, not just a chapter of my life, it was like a series, you know. Like, it felt like something that I'll never be able to explain and completely, but anyway, I tried my best. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you ever get the opportunity to go to India, please don't overthink it, and go there with an open mind, like, because you really have to just take it as it is, and allow India to show you its ways, you know. You can't control everything in India. India will kind of control you, you know. I don't know how to explain it, but I loved India. India was like my favorite place, and it was difficult to leave. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and I hope that you got a little bit of inspiration. Maybe one day you will check out India, because there's not much to lose, honestly. I don't know. I'm obsessed with India. I will be back. I will be back. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want to stay in like up to date with any of my travels, I'm currently in Brazil. I'm just making like a bunch of videos because I feel really inspired to do so. Follow me on Instagram, it's down below, and yeah.